Hello guys. Um, so now I'm outside Bedok Mall. I just I just ate McDonald's for lunch and tried out the new Laksa Delight chicken burger. Yeah. Actually today this morning I was planning to do I wasn't planning to work, but I was planning to do round the island round the island cycling trip. Means to cycle the entire round of Singapore, or almost the entire round lah. Because I'm not going to cycle the Tuas area, which is known for the wild dogs and and large number of lorries and buses driving in the industrial area there. Yeah, so it's I was planning to do this very ambitious round the island cycling trip, not using any normal bicycle but using my e-bike, which is the G-Move MC, and this is probably the e-bike with the largest stock battery. Yeah, probably. There are more powerful e-bikes with larger voltage, faster acceleration, but I don't think they even come close to the battery size here. So anyway, I was planning to do this round the island cycling trip, but then the first problem is I went out late. By the time I went out was already like almost 1 p.m. So was way too late to start this round island cycling trip. If I really wanted to do a round island cycling trip, I must at least try to start at maybe in the morning 9 or 10 latest. Yeah. Then the second problem is after I came out, it started to rain. Yeah. Until now I finished my lunch and then I waited for quite some time. It's still drizzling now. Quite light rain. But I'm not going to start the round island cycling trip. I'm thinking of just doing eastern route, because now it's already 3 p.m. So I'm just thinking of doing the eastern route, the East Coast Park and the Jurassic Mall towards Changi Airport. This Jurassic Mall I have never tried before. I've never tried cycling before since it was completed last year or 2 years ago. Yeah. And then I'm going to do the very long Tanah Merah coastal road either the coastal road or the newly completed round round island route. I think they say there's a new round island cycling route which is even closer to the sea, you know? So I think it's quite a scenic route. Hopefully I can get there before the night falls. Yeah. Sorry, I was um, keep getting distracted by the people passing by, looking at me talking on the phone. I mean, it's not weird to talk on the phone, but I don't know why, but I gather quite a few stares. Yeah, or maybe they know I'm doing a YouTube video. Okay, so let's cut to the chase, man. Yeah, so I'm going to start this and I'm going to film anything interesting or scenic on the way. Uh, it's quite late already, so I don't want to waste any more time. If not, the night's going to fall, and then it is. I can't cycle fast. It's slightly more dangerous to cycle at night, even though I have the um, headlights in front of my bicycle. Yeah, but better to cycle in the day so I can see more things. So now I'm on this East Coast Park cycling route, PCN, which is called the Park Connector Network, which is the network of cycling routes, cycling and walking routes that links park all over Singapore together. Yeah, it's something like a road network, just that it is for cycling and walking only. Yeah, so currently I'm on this East Coast Park PCN. So just now from Bedok Mall, I cycled across the entire this Bedok South Avenue 1. Yeah, from the north end of Bedok South Avenue 1 all the way to the south end of Bedok South Avenue 1, which links to the underpass. So I went under the underpass, and that's where it brings me to this East Coast Park PCN. Yeah, I think this is a very long PCN that will link me to Jurassic Mall. Yeah. So this is the lovely view of the sea, and the sun is quite tense now, quite intense now after the rain stop. Yeah, but anyway, it's a good weather to cycle, and here you can see this what this flower tree that grows on these man-made pillars. And now I've cycled further to the east of this East Coast Park PCN, heading towards Jurassic Mall, and I passed by a few of these sailing clubs and windsurfing club. Yeah. So this is the sailing club. This is the sailing club where people park their sails. I don't know if you can see, but if I zoom into much further into the sea, yeah, you can see quite a lot of people sailing and probably windsurfing. Now I've reached the official start of this Changi Jurassic Mall. But I see a lot of people doing the coastal park connector route, which is that way. I just saw a few bicycles going that way instead of this way. So I guess this is the more popular route among cyclists. So I think this coastal park connector is part of the new round island route, which goes one big round around the Changi airport premises, and then like Pasir Ris, Punggol, towards the north coast. So I'm thinking this is a school compound or camp compound or something. Saw a few buses ferrying school kids out of this place. Yeah, so I think I will try the coastal park connector if it is more popular. But as you can see on this large map, the coastal park connector is much longer than the Jurassic Mall, which leads to Changi Airport. Because this coastal park connector will lead me, like one big round until across the Changi Ferry, Changi Beach, and eventually leads to Changi Village. Yeah, okay, let's explore. So now I've cycled to the I'm at the opposite of this huge new water plant, which is to generate wastewater into drinkable water. Yeah. This is where our new water comes from. I've rode for more than 20 kilometers, 21 kilometers and 50 meters to be exact. I use this app called Map My Route to calculate the distance and also plot the way that I'm traveling using GPS and data. Yeah. My backside is aching from like almost 2 hours of sitting down on my e-bike. This section of the coastal park connector is kind of hard to cycle, as there are no trees providing shade. There are, but there are these trees that are too tiny to provide any shade, and there are many constructions going on. I don't know what they are building. Yeah. So currently I'm finding a bus stop. Finding a bus stop as shade. No, and a place for me to stand up for a while to rest my backside. But I think I'm more than halfway through this coastal park connector. Yeah. I see quite a few cyclists actually cycling, cycling on the road itself. This section of the road does not have the cycling lane, but just now, quite a few kilometers away, there's the cycling lane. There is quite a wide cycling lane, for cyclists to ride. I think the lane is even wide enough for two cyclists to ride side by side, but of course they have to ride as the same direction with traffic. So I think this is a permanent bus stop, but it's made using the very old bus stop structure. Yeah, so I'm taking shade here for a while under the intense sun, even though it is already 5:30 p.m. Yeah, but the sun is going to set soon, so before the sun is set, I hope to reach this Changi village before the sun set. Yeah. So I've just finally found a toilet at this Changi Beach Park. I thought there was a toilet along this coastal park connector, but seems like there were none, except for a few like mini shelters along the way. Yeah, just a few. So I can't imagine cycling at night, although there were lights that light up the connector. Yeah, but it's definitely better to cycle in the day, even though it is kind of hot. Yeah, so finally I found a toilet here at this coastal beach park, and fortunately there's also a water cooler, so I can drink and refill my water bottle to continue the rest of the journey. So I think this place is already near to Changi village. Yeah. I can see an island from here. I don't know, is it Pulau Tekong or Pulau Ubin? But those short buildings on the island reminds me of the Tekong Tekong buildings, the basic military company bunks. And there's also a small shed here with this with notices of this marine life in the sea, and most importantly this map of the Changi Beach Park area. Now as you can see, we are here, so we'll continue this park connector, not cycling on the main road, on the park connector through SAF ferry terminal, then through the barbecue pits, and this is Changi village. I have accidentally cycled to the end of this. This is actually not the connector, but how to say, but the end of this Changi village, Changi beach, not Changi. Opposite across this small, what do you call it, river is Changi village. This is the small ferry where you take the small ferries to Pulau Ubin and maybe other islands in Singapore. That like at the back of this zigzag slope for walking at the back, I think it's Changi village. Is covered by all the trees, and I think this is the Pulau Ubin seafood restaurant, and this is a Changi village hotel, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So there's quite an interesting statue of a hand pointing the index finger. Facing the finger pointing facing towards the sky, not the sea. Yeah, so I will need to find my way back to the actual park connector that leads me towards I think towards Loyang. Hello. So now I rode until this beside me is this the Netherron road. I don't know how to properly pronounce this road. This is quite a ulu road that that serves the chalets, the country clubs. Yeah, so just now one of the building is the Silver Service Club. Yeah, so I'm riding on the PCN along this Netherron road that will lead to this Loyang road, and then from there I think I will ride back home. Yeah, cause although I wanted to do the eastern part of this round island road, but um, it is getting too late now, and if I do it, I think by the time I reach home would be midnight already. There's still Pasir Ris, Punggol, Seletar. If I were to do this eastern round island route, yeah. So there's a this is a place called CWC. I don't know what CWC. Yeah, Silver Service Club at Changi. I thought just now was Silver Service Club. Perhaps this was another entrance or another Silver Service Club. Yeah, there are so many clubs here. And then I think I will pass through the old Changi Hospital on my left hand side later, before hitting Loyang Avenue. Yeah. So this PCN is quite interesting. I mean, if I didn't see the map, I wouldn't know that this is a PCN. It looks like a wooden walkway for pedestrians only, and they even carved the wooden walkway so that it would accommodate the trunk and the roots of this huge tree. I think this tree would be like more than 100 to maybe 200 years old. Such a huge and tall tree. I cannot bring my camera up further as I'm charging my phone now. Yeah, my phone is running out of battery, less than 20%. If I didn't charge my power bank, I think wouldn't have enough battery power before I reach home. Yeah, so now I shall continue the rest of the journey, heading towards Loyang Avenue. Just I just took a long break. Under a block in Tampines East. After I cycled. When was the last time I took the video? I think was when I was all the way in this along this Netherveron Road PCN, which is very close to Changi Village. Yeah. So since then I continue to cycle. Then I turn to another minor road, which is called Cranwell Road, which leads to Selarang Camp, I think. Then I continue down the PCN along Loyang Avenue. Loyang Avenue, then Pasir Ris. So yeah, this is how I ended in Tampines. So I just took a long break, like almost 30 minutes, eating my pie. I mean eating the what pulut hitam pie, the new pie, which McDonald's came out. So now I ate McDonald's for lunch the new laksa burger, which includes the pie, but I saved the pie for just now. Yes, so I finished the pie. I drank some water, then I sit down here under the void deck for quite some time. So now I'm going to continue on through Tampines. I think I will go by this what Bedok Reservoir roads, which leads me back to Chai Chi. Yeah. So even though even though I was supposed to do this round island route, or at least the eastern part of the round island route, but it was too late, so my route is basically like from Bedok Central, I rode down to Bedok South, then I used the underpass to cross to the East Coast Park, then East Coast Park. Actually, I wanted to go the Jurassic Mile, but I saw that the Coastal Park Connector, which is much longer, so I went that way. Wow. This Coastal Park Connector, this PCN is really super long. I think like almost 20 kilometers, just this Coastal Park Connector. Then only a short portion of this Coastal Park Connector, it follows the sea, but most of the part is either mostly I can just see trees and forests on the right, so the sea is blocked by all those tall trees, which is still intact from don't know how many years ago. Yeah. Before this, Changi coastal area was untouched. Back then, I think it was just a gigantic piece of empty land. Then recently, a few years ago, they built this Tanah Merah Coastal Road, which this Coastal Park Connector follows. Yeah. So mostly it's just trees and shall I call it forest on the right hand side of this Coastal Park Connector. Then on the left hand side, mostly is construction of the Terminal 5. Yeah. So I'm assuming that this Terminal 5 specifically the runway is quite long, just judging by the huge size of the construction area. Yeah. Then a small portion of this PCN is quite rough to cycle because there are a lot of roads that lead into the construction to the right. So some part of the forest on the right is cut down. I don't know what are they building there. Then there are also some dormitories for the workers. I think the construction workers for the Terminal 5. Yeah. And after cycling for kilometers and kilometers, then I finally reached this Changi Beach Park. So I took a short rest there for a toilet break and water break. Then after that I continue down to this Changi village, continue down to this Netherveron road. Yeah. Then Loyang Avenue, then finally reach here in Tampines. So now it's already close to 8 p.m. So I shall not waste any more time and continue my journey back to my house in Bedok, Chai Chee. So I've officially ended my cycling trip today. It wasn't a round island route. It was certainly far from that. Not even half, or maybe even a quarter of the round island route around Singapore. Yeah, but anyway, it was quite a fun experience to explore the new PCN. Yeah. The new PCN, especially the part, the coastal park connector, which is like one round across the perimeter of the Changi coastal beach. Yeah. And now it is I think it is almost 9 p.m. or to be exact 8:43 p.m. Yeah, so I've reached the market area in Chai Chee, which is just a few blocks away from my house.